Wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys. Chase
Follow Wise
Larkins.
Guys on Twitter at Wise Guys _OH. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. Be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram. These guys know sports. Today is Tuesday, June the 5th. Great day to be in the house. What's up, Cashmere?
What's good with you, man? How you been?
Pretty good, man. Right here on Wise Guys. How was your week?
Rough.
Rough?
Rough, to say the least. I'm down 0-2. I'm playing 5 versus 8. Well, they get J.R. Smith, and I'll start lineup 2.
Yeah, they do.
So 5 versus 9, and it just ain't looking good.
It ain't looking good, man.
It ain't looking good at all, man.
We got a big time show ahead. My man Jason Willie, he's going to be joining the show a little bit later on. The number to dial was 513-655-7060, 513-655-7060. So call in and debate with Wise Guys crew if you want to talk about anything with us or debate with us. Big time debate we're going to have later on the show. Top 5 wide receivers of this generation, post Terrell Owens and Randy Moss.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so after Terrell Owens and Randy Moss, who was your top 5 receivers of this generation? Talk about that a little bit later on the show. Also, we're going to talk about President Donald Trump versus Philadelphia Eagles. That's some crazy madness going on with that.
That's a joke.
Man, craziness. And also the 2000 Lakers versus these Warriors. Who will win in the 7-game series? Save your thoughts for later. Give me your thoughts later. But let's talk about the NBA Finals. As the Golden State Warriors, they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 122-103. Steph Curry had 33 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. He went 9 of 17 from three-point range, set a finals record. KD, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. LeBron led the Cavaliers, obviously. He had 29 points, 13 assists, 9 rebounds. So, question for you is, Cashmere, so far in this series, in these first 2 games, what is your biggest takeaways?
That the refs obviously want the Warriors to win. Steph Curry can shoot the ball backwards, and I think he can make it. And Kevin Durant is showing us why he wanted to go to the Warriors. Why it makes so much sense. And
Right.
why he said from the get-go that he did not want to be the man. And why it's showing us right now, like we're seeing another person carry him to a ring, and he's finna get it. And he's supposed to be what people would consider 1-2 in the world. Not so much, though.
I disagree with you. I think right now, the way Kevin Durant is playing, he's playing great, especially in game 2. He showed up in game 2.
Okay.
Game 1, he didn't play so well. I actually thought LeBron got the best of him in game 1. But in game 2, KD, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. In the first half, he shot 7 of 9 from the floor. Kevin Durant showed up.
Wait. So you said game 1, LeBron got the best of KD. So are you telling me game 2, Kevin Durant got the best of LeBron?
I felt like Kevin Durant was more efficient. And he actually said that in his post-game press conference in between games 1 and games 2. He talked about how he wanted to take better shots in game 2, and he did that. I mean, you talking about whether or not Kevin Durant's riding the coattails of Steph Curry to a ring. That's a different conversation as to whether or not right now the Warriors are just a flat-out better team than the Cavaliers.
No, that's we said that a long time ago. That's the
right.
foregone
And
conclusion.
exactly. But the thing is, when you look at this series, especially when you look at game 1, bottom line is the Cavaliers lost their opportunity to steal a game in Oracle out in California when they messed up at the end of game 1. J.R. Smith, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with J.R. Smith at the end of game 1. I still don't understand what he was thinking.
Let's not just sit here and blame J.R. Smith, though.
You gotta blame George Hill. Yeah,
You gotta blame George Hill.
you gotta blame George Hill.
Because to me, looking at his shot, looked like his legs were shaking. I told my homies, I said she should have checked his shorts.
Yeah.
He had to.
Right.
Because I've never seen nobody like just miss it that short. Like he almost airballed it.
He did. It was short.
It was like he did not want that moment.
He didn't, man. It was just crazy, man.
And neither did the coaches.
Right.
They didn't no timeout call. Nobody knew nothing. I think they were in shock that he missed the layup, that he missed the free throw.
Yeah, what's so crazy is I've listened to LeBron in post-game press conferences break down play after play after play. And then for J.R. Smith not to know the time and the score or that moment, that's ridiculous. That's unheard of.
It's J.R.
It is, and I agree. If I was lining all 10 players up that was on the court at that moment, who was to be the player to mess up in that moment? It would be J.R.
Exactly.
It would be J.R. I got to be honest. But when you look at game 1, honestly, the Cavaliers played the best possible game they could have played. They played the best possible game they could have played. And defensively, the Warriors didn't show up. But in game 2 on Sunday night, they played much better. I'm talking about the Warriors defensively.
Okay.
Because they was doubling LeBron. They was trapping him at midcourt. So they was much more physical. And they defended with more force in game 2 than they did in game 1. I think that's part of the reason why LeBron had 51 points in the first game. Because I felt like the Warriors were soft. Yeah, soft in game 1. In game 2, they was...
Soft.
Yeah, the Warriors were soft. They were soft in game 1, but in game 2, they was much more physical.
So you're trying to tell me soft is the difference between double teaming and just playing man one-on-one?
I felt like they were more in LeBron. Like, they was getting up in him. They was defending LeBron more so than in game 1. Game 1, it was like LeBron was coming down the court, and he was pretty much doing whatever he wanted to do and getting to the paint.
No. Game 1, they were playing man-to-man. They were switching everything, and they were letting people guard them. Nobody was sitting in the lane. And in game 2, they changed everything. They flipped the whole script. They trapped him every time he went on top on a switch. And when he did switch, they played like Boston. Everybody just sat in the lane. And they wanted other people to beat them. And J.R. Smith scored a grand total of 5 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard to beat any team when your starting 2 guard is scoring 5 points.
And that's the problem with J.R. Smith right now. In game 2, he shot 2 of 9, 5 points. Do you believe Tyronn Lue needs to bench J.R. Smith?
Man, we've been asking the same question for the whole playoffs. Matter of fact, the whole year, and we've seen that he's not gonna bench him. So I think it's kind of like a foregone conclusion. We should just leave it alone. He's gonna be out there. He's gonna play. Hopefully, he makes shots. If not, oh well. As a LeBron fan, I think I'm also ready for it to be over.
I mean, this is the thing about it too. Actually, looking at J.R. Smith boneheaded play when he made that mistake that he made in the regulation in game 1. To me, that was the final straw as to LeBron leaving Cleveland. That was it. I felt like that was it. That was the icing on the cake as to in the off season. There is no way in hell we gonna stay in Cleveland next season.
Would
it's
you
not
stay?
happening. Huh?
Would you stay there?
Hell no.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, as far as if you want to be able to win a ring, Cleveland's not the place.
Nah.
But now, if I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers, if I'm ownership, I'm thinking about giving LeBron James part ownership, giving him something to be able to stay. Like, what reason he has to stay? He has no reason to stay in Cleveland at this point.
But the problem is, who are you gonna trade? Who are you gonna get there? Like, I've heard Paul George, right? And to that, I would say, who are you gonna give away J.R. Smith to somebody?
Nobody gonna want J.R.
Nobody
Smith.
with that contract he got.
No.
$16 million next year.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith is gonna make $16 million.
Yeah, he is. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And you talking about somebody's gonna want to take that up? Nah, I don't see that happening. I don't understand what kind of decision making they making up there.
Yeah, right.
Who's writing the contracts? But they obviously have no idea what they doing.
Let's talk about some of these contracts the Cavs gonna have next year. Next year, J.R. Smith actually scheduled to make $15 million. Tristan Thompson scheduled to make $18 million. Jordan Clarkson, he's scheduled to make $13 million. And George Hill is scheduled to make $19 million next season. These are some of the bad contracts that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to have on their hands next season. So they have no room to build. They have that top draft pick. They got that top draft pick that they acquired in the trade with Kyrie and Isaiah Thomas. But that's it. That's all they have. And nobody, let's just be honest, they don't have any kind of valuable pieces that any team is going to want to trade for.
No.
And then no free agent is going to go to Cleveland. It's too cold. Like, LeBron's not the only, LeBron is literally everything to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Nah, you can't say that.
Nobody's going to Cleveland. Who? Tell me.
What I've realized is, like, in the terms of, like, social media now, like, it really doesn't matter where you go. Like, you can always have fans, so don't just say they don't want to go there because it's cold. I feel like if LeBron actually wants to stay in Cleveland and bring people there, I think he can. I just don't think he want to be there. I don't think he's happy with the management. I don't think he likes the GM. I just don't think he likes the decisions they make overall.
Right.
And if you look at the contracts on that team, I wouldn't want to be a part of it.
Right. I mean, I think LeBron's relationship with Dan Gilbert, the owner, is obviously a messed up relationship. They have no relationship.
But you look at it like it was messed up, but even that, he still came back.
Yeah.
But if you look at it like, I think he's more frustrated with the GM.
Yeah.
I think he wanted his guy to stay.
David Griffin.
He wanted David Griffin to stay.
Yeah.
And David Griffin had the Paul George thing lined up for him.
He did.
And then they lost it, and then they traded him for Isaiah Thomas. You know what I mean? So if I'm LeBron and I see that that's the trades we making, this is what our GM is thinking. Like, shit, man.
Let's get down. But let's get right to something, because right here on Wise Guys, we always keep it real and we always honest. And I had one critique of your boy LeBron James in Game 1. Because I know we keep talking about Game 1, but that was the biggest game of this series so far. That was the most competitive
only two
game.
games.
But I know it was only 2 games, but Game 2 was not competitive. I felt like the Warriors had controlled the entire game.
Yeah, because
and once Steph
the
Curry,
refs
no, it wasn't always the refs. It wasn't the refs. Was the refs the reason why Steph Curry hit a finals record of 9 3-point shots?
I mean,
no.
whoa, time out now. Now, Steph was shooting the ball, not even looking at the rim. Now that right there.
That's what Steph does.
You're right.
Steph, you know when I knew it was over? I knew it was over when Steph Curry hit that shot when the shot clock was running down, and he hit the shot over Kevin Love. He just threw it up, and he kept walking down the other end of the court.
Oh, side note,
Game over, series
side
over.
Side note. Kevin Love looks like he cannot run. Like he looks like a 60-year-old man trying to jog up and down the floor. Like it looked like he's aged like dog years.
Yeah.
Like when he first got there, he looks kind of younger and fresh. Now he looks like he's aged like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that.
I want to say something too about Steph Curry, because in Oracle Arena, Steph Curry's threes that he hits has a huge impact, similar to LeBron James dunks at Quick Loans Arena in Cleveland. When Steph Curry gets going in that arena out of Oracle, like he ignites the crowd, and the crowd loves this guy. Like they love it when Steph gets hot. Like Kevin Durant can hit a few shots, the crowd gets hyped, they get excited because they got a great home crowd overall. Klay Thompson can hit a few shots, but when Steph gets hot, game is over. Just it's over. Like pretty much, you know how when you play 2K and they say your opponent has left the match? Yeah. That's pretty much what happens when visitors are in Oracle Arena when Steph Curry gets hot. Game over, series over. That's how I felt like when he got hot in the fourth quarter of Game 2. But I got to say this about your boy LeBron James. Put that camera on me because this is important to say. I don't understand why the hell LeBron James even passed the ball to George Hill in the first place in Game 1. Why? He had the mismatch. You time now. He had a mismatch on Steph Curry. Steph Curry 6'3".
Flip the camera. Now we got a guy that definitely didn't play basketball. So you're going to question the decision of a person that we had a chance to actually go ahead in the game, and you're going to question the decision? Like, it's not his fault that the guy missed a free throw. He made the right basketball play, and it led to us almost winning the game. So either he had the mismatch or not, who cares?
I'm tired of y'all LeBron fans talking about he made the right basketball play. I'd rather LeBron James shoot over Steph Curry, who is obviously is a height disadvantage. Yeah. Like LeBron is 6'8". Yeah. Steph Curry's 6'3".
Right.
That's 5 inches. You can shoot over Steph Curry. Okay. What happened? Why would you pass the ball to George Hill? We all knew George Hill was going to miss at least one free throw. I knew he was going to miss one. Everybody keeps talking about that. I never did you really expect George Hill to make both free throws? I don't give a damn if he get 80%. I would have rather took my chance with LeBron James, a pull-up jump shot to win the game. Why did LeBron pass the ball to George? I was wondering, like, what was he doing? You
sound like a pure person that has not played basketball.
What are you talking about?
Because what you're talking about does not make sense. Like, you're breaking up why he passed the ball, even though we know the outcome. We know that we had a chance to win. We know that free throw, he's the second best free throw shooter on our team. So to say that we didn't expect him to make it, that's not true. We expected him to make both. I did. I never expected George Hill to make both those free throws. That's you.
That was the difference in the game for me. I would have trusted a LeBron James jump shot because he had the height advantage over Steph Curry. He got the switch that he wanted. So you can go up over Steph Curry.
So guess what?
Hold on, because this is important.
Wait.
This is important. What would MJ would have did?
Who cares?
What was MJ would have did?
Who cares?
What would Kobe would have did?
Who cares?
Kobe would have shot.
Listen,
MJ would have shot over the defender.
Today is not the day for that because I'm so tired of that argument. Who cares? Like, people are living in the past. Kobe is not playing. Let Kobe do his detailed show. Mike is not playing. We're watching LeBron James.
You call him the GOAT, right?
He is.
So we gotta bring up Kobe and MJ.
No.
What you talking about? You bring up the GOAT, right? He's the greatest of all time, right? That's what you say.
No. He's the GOAT. They also play different positions. They do different things. Kobe and Mike are like each other. They're assassins. They're shooters. LeBron is not. Doesn't have that mindset. We've known this since 2003. So I don't know why in 2018 we act like something's different. Nothing has changed. He's the same player, and we know this.
Is LeBron James the greatest player of all time?
LeBron James is one of the greatest players that ever played.
Now he's one of the greatest.
Jesus Christ.
We'll be back. Wise Guys, these guys know sports. Right here on Beat Wave Radio. We'll be right back.
These guys Sports.